Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bilco. This is their part number SD709-E. This is a turn handle assembly. It has a shaft length of 5 5/8 of an inch. And this is a part of a family of zinc or Zamac, they call it, turn handle assemblies only. There are 4 of these. They're all the same with the exception of the length of the shaft. There are 4 different lengths, and that just depends on the thickness of the lid of the roof hatch, basically. You can then do all 4 of those in a stainless material, which would be appropriate for use on an aluminum or a non-ferrous application of whatever you're installing it onto. And what I mean by that is the purpose of this video is to serve visual and dimensional evidence of the item, because we don't know necessarily what unit this is on, because we don't have access or maintain a bill of materials for all of the roof hatches that the manufacturer Bilco produces. So in spite of having that data, that would make life a lot easier for us. Oh, what roof hatch do you have? Well, I know exactly the model that you require for that turn handle. We have to go by on just some visual information. So the SD709-E, that has a 5 5/8 shaft length, and that's measured. The overall length of the shaft is what we're really going after here, and that's about 5 5/8. Okay, so I'm holding my tape measure up to about where the shaft would end inside of the exterior handle, and again about 5 5/8. We'll go over the other sizes that are available in this as well. Another common question I get is, what is the size of the spindle or the key stock? And it's 0.31 by 0.312, so 5/16 key stock. This is the exterior handle that you can padlock closed. There are 2 screws that are included. You'll notice that one has a thin head and the other is thick. The thin head will go underneath here, which is stacked off by these washers, and the thicker one will go out here. That neoprene gasket is included. Those can be purchased separately, and it's not unusual for someone to purchase just a neoprene gasket because you get a little water leakage, and neoprene will eventually fatigue, like all things will. The interior handle already has its roll pin set. So what happens is this is installed from the outside of the roof hatch, down through the lid, down through the lock body, and then your handle is brought into it like that. And then you will simply seat that roll pin to get the handle fixed permanently. That's all there is really to this. Let's switch to the screen view where we can take a look at the associated parts drawing for this. Okay, now here is the item, its technical drawing, so to speak, that will just simply show us what we're dealing with. And what we're dealing with is the SD709-E, as you can see here, that has a shaft length of 5 5/8. And we're defining that as the shaft length, the overall length of the shaft. They also give us a dimension A, which is 4 3/8, and it would certainly be easier just to measure that as well. When I put this together and I measure dimension A, it comes in about 4 1/4. However, I'm burying this all the way down, so it's going to be 4 3/8 by the time it gets installed. You can see from that table in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen that there are indeed 4 different units, and again, they're just different in the sense of the thickness of the lid and the type of lock that they have, etc. So be mindful. Again, we don't know necessarily what unit you have in terms of its bill of materials, how the unit was manufactured and supplied with hardware, but what we can do is determine the shaft length or dimension A, and then move forward accordingly. All of these can be done in a stainless version, which is page 2 of the document. And you would see these stainless versions when you had a non-ferrous roof hatch or application, aluminum, etc. Don't order stainless unless you need it, because it will substantially increase the cost of this turn handle assembly. There is a link below this video as well to the lock body that you might need, and if you were looking for that replacement lock body. I don't recall its part number. It might be SD41. Yeah, SD41-2. That would be the lock body that would go with this. You would also, if you were trying to put together an entire unit, you would look for the strike plate as well. The SD498P would be the strike that would come with the complete unit that you may need in addition to that. So that table is very handy because it gives you the breakdown of what part number it is based on the shaft length. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, the name Bilco was quite synonymous with all things roof, hatch, items, many other items as well. You're going to see vehicular traffic rated, water rated, vault doors, on roofs, in sidewalks, in parking lots, and those folks do a very good job with the quality of their material. Generally, what happens if you're trying to find hardware for a roof hatch and you're not able to absolutely identify it just visually, which is why we try to have photographs and videos in our site. If you're not sure of what it is, don't guess. All this material was engineered together to perform safely. Get us photographs, and most importantly, if it exists, the serial number on the sidewall, because with that we can contact the manufacturer, ask that they pull the bill of material. They will then tell us the part number that is necessary so that you bring your unit back to safe, reliable operation. And safe operation is the bottom line. And that wraps it up. If you have any questions on the SD709E, replacement handle assembly only, or any other Bilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.